How's it going, guys? Philip Palmejar here, P5 Academy, Real Combat Media's Jiu-Jitsu Technique of the Week, coming with our new Vulcan sponsor. We want to thank Rafael Nust over at Vulcan for sponsoring P5 Academy and Sensei Palmejar. Right? So, technique of the day today is going to be a modified side mount position. All right. So my fighter here, Explode Fight Series, Sage, we call him Sageosaurus, Antonio Zuazo, keep an eye on him. Right? He's down here on the back. We want to start attacking the side mount. Now, one thing that I want to bring attention to, when you're in the side mount, the majority of the time that your opponent escapes in jiu-jitsu, it's usually from the hips. Yet, the majority of players in jiu-jitsu pressure the head and chest. So you'll see players coming up here, smashing the head, focusing on the arms, really getting inside, and all the while paying very little attention to the mobility of my opponent's hips. Okay? So we want to switch that up a little bit and utilize this position. Allows us to give a lot of pressure and still control the hips really well. Okay? It's also going to open up some different opportunities for submission. Okay? So I start in a classic side mount position here in our series. This is side mount hold down position number 2. My arms underneath the neck. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook at the shoulder, and I'm going to take my bottom hand and I'm going to hook with the thumb inside right underneath his neck. All right? Once I have this anchoring grip, I'm going to be able to turn my guard and sit into his armpit, almost into a Keisagatami or a scarfold position, right? But I do have control of the secondary arm, okay? When I'm here, I start to lean my pressure onto him by pushing my floating rib right into the side of his floating rib, right? So when I dig in there, I push the rib in and I press it, okay? So here, I'm heavy. I grip and I pull and press into my opponent's body, adding a ton of pressure. This is the position that I want to work from. Blocking his hips, right? So he could shrimp out all day long, and it doesn't mean that much, right? He can push on me, but I'm counter-anchored to his entire body with both grips, right? So this is our starting position. Taking a look at a couple of quick submissions from here, I'm just going to feed my top grip in, over the top, single thumb in, and I can take a simple bread slice, right, or bread cutter. You can also take that same just by swimming over the head and getting your position, and if you need to, counter gripping and then dropping the weight down, right? Secondary choke from this position, again, my hand is inside, thumb behind the neck, grip on the shoulder, anchoring my weight. He's moving, I'm controlling. I'm going to take this back leg, my right leg. I'm going to slide it up along my secondary leg and step over his head, allowing me to push my weight down and extend my right arm into the side of his carotid artery here for that secondary lapel choke. Okay? So I don't have to readjust my grips. I control, I slide up, step over, and lean into my choke. All right? So we have choke number 1, quick and fast. Secondary grip if I need it. And choke number 2, stepping over and driving downward for the choke. All right? So that's a little bit of tools. Good pressure, 2 chokes from what we refer to as the modified Keisagatami or modified side mount position. All right? Again, Philip Palmejar, P5 Academy, Real Combat Media Technique of the Week. Thank you very much to our sponsor, Vulcan Geese. Namo mitofo.